So, today we're supposed to talk about our childhood. All of that you're hearing is true. My childhood was awesome. I grew up on this pirate ship, really big. There was this room that I wasn't allowed to go in. Like, no one could go in it, except for my dad. My dad owned the pirate ship, so in this room, no one knew what was in there. So, like, once a week, my dad would go in there, and he'd be in there for about an hour or two, and then he'd come back out. So, being kids, me and my brother, he's older than me, we would be like, we're so curious, we want to know, like, is he keeping Christmas presents? Does he have, like, super secret projects in there? So we wanted to find out. So one day, when my dad went to go get groceries on his unicorn to go to the mainland, we tried to find it, like find out what was in it. So we had this whole plan devised. We hid it like under our mattresses when he was there, and we would always like pick it out and like plan it when he wasn't here, when he was like busy with the crew and stuff. Okay, so this was the plan. The secret room was right on top of his bedroom, so no one could get into it. So we looked everywhere in his room, everywhere. And accidentally, one day my brother was just jumping on the bed, like being a kid, you know, and he hit his head, and like ceiling board, I guess you would call it, popped. But then my dad, he was coming downstairs. He's like, "Kids, what are you doing? Like, you're making a racket." So we had to quickly put it back up before he came in. So after that, we knew that's where the room was. So anyways, that's how we started the planning. He went to the mainland to get his to get the groceries for us, obviously. We got a ladder and a rope, and we hit the floorboard again, and then like it would come open, you know. So we got it open, and we got inside, and it was completely dark, could see nothing. So my brother came back with a flashlight. He went to get his flashlight, and we went back up there. So we turned on the light, and nothing happened. You could see nothing, just the flashlight was on, but it didn't work. So me and Jason, we were like, what is going on? Like, does this room, can it not be lit? Like, does it have like a force field around it? Like, we just didn't know. So we went back every time my dad had gone away, every time, trying to figure out how to get the light on, or how to get like any sort of light in there. We tried black lights, we tried candles, we tried everything you could think of. So one day we went up there and tried to feel around on the walls for a light switch, and something bit me. I didn't know what it was, it just bit me, and I wanted to get out of there as fast as I could. So now that we had a general idea what it was in there, something that could bite, obviously an animal or something, we got more curious, and we just wanted to see what was in that room. Like, no one knew. And we asked my dad, what is in there? We would just bug him and go on and on and on, and like, "Dad, please tell us, how do you turn on the light?" And then, because obviously he knew we had been in there, because like dads know everything. So one day my brother's like, "Hey Jen, what if we need something that doesn't produce light, something that's like anti, so like anti-light?" So one day we went to the market on our unicorns with my dad, and me and my brother snuck off from my dad while he was buying tomatoes, and we went and to one of the stalls. It looked kind of shady, so we were like, this is where we should go, and we got the anti-light. So we got home. Obviously, we couldn't go in. My dad was in there. Like, we had to wait till he was gone again. So next time he was gone, we went in, and as soon as we got in with the anti-light, it just lit up. And there, standing in the middle of the room, chained to a ball, was a dinosaur. I was like, oh my god, Jason, a dinosaur bit me. You know how cool this would be to tell my friends? Yeah, that's pretty badass. Still have a scar from it, but you know, that'll be for another video. Anyways, that's one of my childhood stories. There's lots more, but who has time for all of them? My childhood was just so awesome. And yeah, that's how we found a dinosaur.